talk about it. And when did you identify that this was something that people needed help with?
Yeah, I mean, my family needed help with it when I was growing up, and when I got a dog, I needed help with it. And as I got better training, I realized that my friends and family needed more help with training their dogs. And then there's, you'd be surprised at how many people um, get dogs. Like this is Christmas time. I have a couple clients who just like they get a surprise for their family and get them a dog, which is brilliant. But then you got to potty train them and crate train them and make sure they don't eat your shoes and everything. So I started this out of necessity, and I've gone because it's just so much fun to kind of problem solve and recognize these patterns.
Yeah, and it seems to me that most people just really have no. They really struggle with owning a dog in terms of how to communicate to the dog so that it's calm and behaving well and everything like that. What is it that people seem to do wrong, Brady?
Yeah, there's what do people do wrong? The biggest thing is blaming, right? A lot of it is learning how to speak another language. So you have to take the time to learn this language. There's a lot of body language stuff that goes on. Um, a lot of calming signals like when dogs look away or when they yawn, stuff like that. And then just understanding, um, nice. And then just understanding if something's going wrong, you got to show your dog what to do. So it's if you're having accidents inside the house, what I teach a lot of dogs to do is to ring bells or to press one of those buttons that says potty. That way you're really clear on what needs to happen in order to have success.
Wow, can I get one of those for my kids? Uh,
A lot of what I do is just ABA psychology, ABA therapy. So this stuff does work really well. And I'm the oldest of six, so just understanding what people love, understanding their love language. Like I know each dog is a little bit different in terms of what they love, and if you understand these things with humans too, it's much easier for everyone to be happy and get along and to move things forward.
Do you find that a lot of people have anxiety with, I don't know, just in their everyday life, and they the dog just picks up on it, and they hate anxiety or a lack of clarity or confusion or like sometimes, I mean, I don't want to you know dob in anyone in my family, but they sort of giving too many instructions and they're not clear, and the dog is really just saying, you tell me what you want and I'll do it, but they're kind of giving multiple. I guess it's just an anxiety and then not a calmness, and do you find that a lot of the dog behavioural problems come from anxiety, with the person issuing the instructions? I'm rambling, but you know what I mean.
For sure. First off, yeah, I think we all get anxiety. I think anxiety um, is just a natural thing, right? It's here to serve us. It's here to show that we either need to change our perception or our procedure about something. And dogs for sure can pick up on all these things. Dogs' noses are brilliant. They can actually smell when the chemicals change in your sweat. And there's a really cool study where they took an owner and their dog, and they took a volunteer and they put them in opposite corners. And in the middle of the room, they took sweat samples of people. And one group of sweat samples, they watched a movie like Frozen, like a Disney movie, and they took their sweat swabs. And then the other side, the other sample group, they watched a movie like The Shining, a super scary movie, and they took sweat samples of them. And then they took them and put one of the frozen samples in the middle of the room, and the dog and the owner came in, and the dog smelled it and immediately went over to the other person and started saying hi and wagging his tail and being very excited. And then they reset it, and then they put this sweat sample of the anxious or the scared person in the center of the room, and the dog smelled it and then immediately turned away and ran away. Some dogs won't even go back in the room, and it's literally just what they're smelling tells you that this person's afraid of something. I should be afraid of it too. And that you see that a lot in reactive dogs. Like someone will like start pulling the leash a little bit tighter, they'll tense up, the breath will get short. So it's just